My dad threw me out over missing cash. 10 years later, my brother opened the wall. My father's office always felt colder than the rest of the house. 3 days before Thanksgiving, he called me in, closed the door, and asked, "Where's the money?" I was 19, working part-time at a warehouse, with $340 in my bank account. I stared at him. "What money?" $20,000, he said, from my safe. I knew the safe existed, but I had never touched it. I told him once, then twice, then a third time while his jaw tightened. He called my older brother Gage over and announced it like the case was already closed. "They took it." Gage looked at me. "Did you?" "No." Dad didn't search the house. He didn't call anyone to investigate. He just said, "Return every dollar by tomorrow or you're no longer part of this family." The next morning, he was at the kitchen table with my clothes in a duffel bag. "Get out," he said. "Thieves don't live under my roof." I asked him to call the police if he was so sure. Let someone check my accounts. Let someone ask real questions. He refused. "I won't embarrass this family when I already know who did it." By Thanksgiving, everyone had heard his version. My aunt blocked me. My cousin stopped replying. My grandmother left a voicemail saying she prayed I would find the courage to confess. Nobody asked for my side. For months, I slept on couches. Twice, I slept in my car. I worked my warehouse shift, cleaned offices at night, and found a studio for $675 a month. I ate ramen for a year and learned how quiet holidays can be when family decides you are easier to erase than believe. 10 years passed. I finished my degree while working full-time. At 30, I bought a small house with old floors and a front door that opened only for me. I built a life far away from the people who threw me away over money I never touched. Then Gage called. Not a text, a real call. His voice sounded thin. "I found it." "Found what?" "The money. All of it." I sat down slowly. "Where?" "In Dad's basement, behind a wall panel." We were renovating, and an envelope fell out. Inside was $20,000 in cash and a note in Dad's handwriting. "Settlement backup. Do not deposit. Keep off record." The date on the note was 4 years before he accused me. My father had hidden the money during his legal fight with my mother, tucked it into the wall, forgotten about it, and then blamed his 19-year-old kid when he couldn't find it later. Gage said Dad went completely white. "He wants to talk," Gage said. "He wants to move past this." Move past it. Move past the duffel bag, the car nights, the ramen, the birthdays with one empty text from Gage saying, "Hope you're good." Move past 10 years of wondering why nobody loved me enough to ask one question. I said, "Message received," and hung up. Dad has called 9 times since. I haven't answered. He sent a letter about regret, forgiveness, and getting older. I read it twice, folded it back up, and put it in a drawer. My mom called crying. "He barely eats. He just sits in that basement, staring at the wall." I said, "He should have sat with me for 5 minutes before he threw me out." Last week, Gage sent me a photo of the note. I saved it, not because I need proof anymore. I saved it because for 10 years, a tiny part of me wondered if maybe I was crazy. Maybe I had missed something. Maybe my father's certainty meant something. That note proved what I knew at 19. I was right. Dad still calls every Sunday. I watch it ring.